No club has won 3 straight NBA titles since the LA Lakers, but Lakers are not among the 16 teams for the playoffs this season. The Miami Heat are definitely favorites to emulate this record with the big three: LeBron James, of course, Chris Bosh, and Dwayne Wade. You're watching Sports This Morning. I'm Cecilia Amaugbe. Coming up on the program, Edwin Okon will be missing the services of Osinachi Oghale when the Super Falcons face She-Amavubi of Rwanda in the African Women Championship Qualifiers. The Delta State Queens defender, former Delta State Queens defender, has signed a professional contract with Houston-FC in the United States. And also on the program, after so much speculations on the infighting between the Super Eagles of Nigeria and the Nigerian Football Federation, President of the board, Aminu Maigari, has said that he would never, of course, walk against the national team handler. Of course, the controversy is definitely at rest now. Now, why Nigerian athletes are battling to impress and, of course, win medals in the California relay, AFM President Solomon Ogba, he has a different agenda. For him, the tournament will be used to analyze the weaknesses and the strength of the athletes in preparations for the Commonwealth Games. And with just 4 games left for Liverpool to win their first Premier League title in 24 years, Brendan Rodgers is not under pressure. All these and more after this break.
Su Majestad el Rey ya es nuestra. Esta noche tan larga aquí en Cibeles, esperando la copa, celebrarlo, verla, casi tocarla, sentir. Somos campeones de Copa. Gracias, Real Madrid.
Well, that celebrations coming from Real Madrid, of course. Winning the Copa del Rey is a huge one for them. I think they're actually on course for trouble this season. They're still in the race for the La Liga title. And, of course, the Champions League. They are favorites to also win the Champions League. Austin Okon Atman is here this morning. Austin, good morning.
Good morning, Cecilia. It's good to be here this morning to talk sports.
Okay, we'll get started with what is happening in the Nigerian Football Federation. Of course, you have Stephen Keshi and you have Aminu Maigari, and there's so many stories on the internet. Everywhere you go to, you actually read about stories concerning the NFF president, the technical committee, and of course Stephen Keshi, and all the old crises they are actually engaged in. But I mean, for the first time, Aminu Maigari has come up to say that, look, he will not work against him because definitely this is the man who won the Nations Cup for Nigeria after a very, very long time.
And to everyone that is trying to, spread words of acrimony and negativity, my question is, why should Maigari work against Keshi?
Yeah.
If the
That's
NFF
the
is
question he
receiving
asks
praises
everyone.
and laurels, is because Coach Stephen Keshi is
doing a
doing well
good
with the
job.
national team, winning the Cup of Nations and, trying to, develop our football. So it's important that Maigari comes out to, give these clarifications as we prepare for the World Cup in Brazil. The list will be out next week, so we'll keep hearing all sorts. But it's important for those of us that love football to keep, promoting goodwill among the Nigerian Football Federation and the Super Eagles players and coaching crew.
I think what he said was actually something that everyone has been waiting for, because if you go to the internet, you read a whole lot of stories and nobody's actually coming out to say, look, this is what is happening or not. And even sometimes when you ask Stephen Keshi, he wouldn't want to tell you anything. The only thing he'll tell you that, look, I'm preparing my team for the World Cup and all that. But coming out actually to say this simply means, okay, everything is good. But I think I would still want the technical committee also to actually come out to also say something concerning what Aminu Maigari has said. I understand that he is the president of the federation, but at least when you hear from people like Chris Green and some other people involved in the whole, hula baloo of the whole crisis and all that, it will actually help for Nigerians to know that, look, there are really no crisis there.
But again, everything rises and falls on leadership. So if Chris Green and Paul Bassi and others in the technical committee are coming out to talk, and then we're not hearing from the president, we'll say Maigari should say something. But Maigari is a jolly good fellow,
Yes.
and it's someone that is passionate. I've spoken to him, and I see the passion and his desire to ensure that Nigerian football grows, particularly with developmental football. See the focus for the under-17s, the under-20s now is massive. They are playing friendly games, unlike before that we just hear that getting ready for a tournament and then they will go. But now they're getting attention. But what I'm saying is we are also part of this trouble. We shouldn't, when the technical committee comes down and say this, we shouldn't say that. Okay. We shouldn't interpret it wrongly. We should just ensure that everybody is working well towards a successful 2014 World Cup.
Okay, towards a successful 2014 World Cup, that's what it's all about. Okay, you can talk to us on the various social media feedback mechanism where you can talk to us on what we're discussing on this program. We're talking about the challenges being faced by Nigerian Football Federation and, of course, Stephen Keshi ahead of the World Cup. You have the social medias where you can reach us on your screen later on the program. Okay, still talking about Nigerian football is a new challenge for Osinachi Oghale. She was with the Rivers Angels and she was with the Delta Queens, and right now she is somewhere in the US. This is a huge one for her, for a very, very good player like this who have actually played for Nigeria 12 times, 12 caps she's had, and at the 2011 FIFA World Cup in Germany, she played all 3 matches before Nigeria crashed out. Now, for Delta Queens, she was able to win the 2011 and 2012 league title with them. Also, Rivers Angels, she was there in 2008 and 2009. Right now, she is with Houston-FC in the US. Great one.
Good one for women's football. Fantastic for Osinachi. It doesn't just, take her career to the next level. It puts some good money in her pockets to motivate her passion for playing football. Again, it shows that Rivers Angel and Delta Queens, they've done so much to develop women's football. And you can see it's already yielding fruits. The players are going abroad, sealing contracts here and there. And for the Super Falcons, getting ready for the African Women's Championship, when you have quality players playing abroad, it brings a lot to the team. Yes. They can come share with their teammates. The exposure is massive, Not even talking about infrastructure that we lack in this part of the country. They'll go there and then, equip themselves, become better players, and impact on the national teams.
Yeah, that's what is important. But she will not be with the Super Falcons for the She-Amavubi's clash later next month. But for her, of course, she will be available for the African Women Championship in August. So that will definitely be a boost for the Super Falcons. Of course, the target is to pick the World Cup ticket and, of course, win the title if possible. Still on the Nigerian scene, of course, the National League fixtures for this weekend. It's definitely going to be a cracker. With more like the National League, it's even more organized than... I'm sorry, I just said that. Well, I think it's more organized than what we have in the Nigerian Professional Football League. Now, these are the fixtures for Week 11. Division A, you have FRSC against Nigerian Prisons, Jigawa and Mighty Jet to be in action. Niger Tornadoes and DXX will also be in action. DXX, of course, the route they were engaged in, of course, maybe right now they're trying to resolve a whole lot of issues there. Wiki Tourist and Kogi United will also be in action. Adamawa and Sokoto United will be in action. Plateau and Kwara will also be playing in Division A in Week 11 fixtures. Of course, continuing in Division A, you have Spotlight and Ranchers B, Tip and Supreme Court. They will also be in action in Week 11 fixtures of the Nigerian National League. Okay, looking at Division B, you have Stationery Stores and COD. And that is a big one, yeah. Go Round and Remo Stars, Bender Insurance and Unichem. You also have a Prime FC and Aqua Starlet, Abia Comment and ABS. That's another big one. Gateway and Garbers. Stationery Stores and COD, the one we're looking forward to. 3SC and Ekiti United and MFM and First Bank. 3SC, this is just an unusual position for them. Bender Insurance, of course, they're already used to playing in the National League already. But the big one, Stationery Stores and COD.
A massive one for Lagosians and people that love football in Lagos. COD and Stationery Stores, it will definitely come with some fireworks. But again, let's give MFM, they deserve a mention because they were outstanding in that last game against Shooting Stars, and then they will be playing First Bank. And for me, at this level, if it's competitive, then again, it speaks well for our football. We just need to do what is required in terms of administration, management, infrastructure, and then taking care of players. Because if the NNL is giving us reasons to talk as this, and then the MPFL is not, then it's a problem. That's because people are being, distracted, maybe looking for the money. This is the game between MFL and Shooting Stars, and the thing missing here is that we are not at the stadium to watch and then motivate these guys, but they are playing good football. And for me, as long as they keep doing this, the talents that were bound in this country will speak for itself, and they can still contrast as Osinachi and the likes and go abroad and play good football.
That's what is important. Okay, moving on to Nigerian Professional Football League now. Some big matches definitely this weekend will be played. Of course, Enyimba would definitely want to come back to continuing their winning streak they started. But the game against Bayelsa United is postponed because Bayelsa, they are representing the continent this season. They are in Ivory Coast. They're traveling out today for that game. Sharks and Nasarawa United will be in action. Aqua United and Kano Pillars, FC Taraba and Giwa FC, Crown FC and Kaduna United, Gombe and Dolphins will also be in action. Also, we have Lobby Stars and Nimbe City. Nimbe City beating Bayelsa, of course, definitely a boost for Nimbe City losing to Bayelsa United. They will want to come back to winning ways, but playing against Lobby Stars
going
away, that's a difficult one if they could not win on their home ground. Heartland and Economy Warriors also be in action. Abia Warriors and Sunshine Stars, Warri Wolves and Rangers International. That's my match.
Warri Wolves, Rangers. I'm taking a look at Aqua United, Kano Pillars. Aqua United are doing so well. Whoever thought that after struggling last season, they will actually be playing this sort of game this season. But I don't care who is going away. Give us some talking points.
Yes.
We want to see another away win in the league. Let the league get competitive.
We had up to 2 last week, so we want more than that.
That's what I'm saying. Let it continue. We shouldn't be hearing, just home wins, and then if there's a draw, it's coming with controversies and the like. That's the level we expect the league to be at this time, that teams can travel abroad, get victories, and then smile back home.
Okay, we on the headlines, we talk about what Solomon Ogba is saying, a certain target beyond relays in California. But he's actually saying that it's not all about winning the medals. It's all about preparing for the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow. Now, most of the athletes, of course, will want to impress, will want to get something. But he said he's going to use this to analyze and see what their weaknesses are, their strength, and how they can improve on this one.
Cecilia, that's the right way to go, because for me, use this tournament to set the pace. The big prize is the Commonwealth Games, and Maurice Green is on board now. If they can use the championship at the Mount San Antonio College, to test our strengths and weaknesses, particularly the relays, is worrisome, because back in the days, even if we don't get medals, we are certain that in the relays we'll get something, either the 100 by 100 meters relay or the 4x4. And then lately, we've just been disappointing. So, as I said, even in football, this is a welcome development. It's fantastic. I applaud the AFN for even registering these athletes in different competitions because they need the exposure, they need to fine-tune their skills, they need to be active. And as Ogba has said, it goes beyond this. Look at the big picture, which is in July, the Commonwealth Games. So if we do well here, all we need to do is consolidate.
There's also Bahamas also. That's another one we'll also be looking at. But we know that about 19 athletes, including Gloria Sumo, Blessing Okagbare, Gloria Sumo, Obina Metu, Amechi Mothman, Regina George, Nicholas, Noah Ako, Abiola Nokoya are some of the athletes that are representing Nigeria in the ongoing California relays. Well, hopefully at least, whether Ogba is saying medals or no medals, but at least when you get something, more like it gives you that confidence for you to want to go into the next championship, knowing that you are already a champion. Not just Blessing Okagbare coming with one, at least you have 2, 3, 4 athletes who actually come with different
Particularly Obina Metu. This is the time for him to step up and say he's got some quality. Obina Metu has been 100 meters champion in this country for a very long time. Even Oghale came up, tried to, shake him, but Obina Metu is still really there. Why can't you go abroad and shine?
I actually went to Jamaica to train and all that. There was one interview actually watching him on one of these international media where he was talking about the way they train over there and the way we train here. But I feel those are the things he should be able to, work on and
no
see
excuse
how,
anymore for Obina Metu. He should use this championship to announce his presence again. Same with Abiola Onokoya, Noah Ako. These guys have been on the block for. It's about time to say, okay, they've been saying the ladies, the ladies have been winning. Let the men step up. With Maurice Green coming on board, sure you've got some quality.
I think that's the reason maybe Maurice Green was actually employed for us to have the guys. Okay, feedback mechanism, of course, where you can reach us. You have a Facebook, on Twitter, and of course my own Twitter handle. Okay, we're going on a short break now with this matches at the Monte Carlo Masters where Roger Federer and of course Novak Djokovic are in the quarterfinals of the Monte Carlo Masters.